Aries, the universe has pressed the departure button, and the train of your destiny is already moving, whether you are ready or not. This is not just a trip, it is an invitation to leave behind the old version of yourself, to step into the most radiant chapter of your life. Today, I will reveal the deeper reason why you must leave, the astrological signs confirming that this is the destined moment, and how to turn this journey into a miracle that changes your entire life. Write in the comments, "I am ready to step into my new journey," because that is not just a statement, it is a message you send to the heavens, that Aries has opened the door for miracles to pour in. And if this message touches your heart, don't forget to leave a like, share this video to spread this positive energy to other Aries. Because in just a few minutes, you will know why this journey is a sacred invitation that the universe has sent just for Aries. But Aries, before you step onto that train of destiny, let me tell you a secret that only those who are about to leave can truly understand. Not every departure carries loss. Sometimes, it is the sign that you have grown stronger and are ready to step into a land that God and the universe have long prepared for you. And the fascinating thing is, right now, those signs are all around you, whispering in every moment you live. So what is the true meaning of leaving for an Aries? And why does it open an entirely new chapter of your soul? Aries, perhaps no one understands better than you, the feeling of someone born to move forward. You are the very first sign in the zodiac wheel, the symbol of beginnings, of spring, of bursting vitality. In the birth chart, you are led by Mars, the planet of action, of fire, of footsteps that never accept standing still. And because of that, leaving for you is not merely a choice, it is almost an instinct. Just as fire needs oxygen, you need new space to burn bright. But I understand, even a warrior standing at the threshold of leaving what they've known will feel a heavy heart. I believe that leaving is one of the most powerful forms of liberation. When you leave a job, a city, or a relationship that has run its course, you are not only leaving behind what is visible, you are shedding layers of energy that have grown too tight for your soul. In astrology, when Mars, your ruling planet, forms an aspect with Pluto, it is a sign of an energetic rebirth. Pluto does not destroy to leave emptiness, it destroys to recreate. Every time this cycle happens in your life, whether short or long, you will feel an invisible pressure, pushing you to step out of the old loop. And here's what many people miss. Leaving is not always because you hate what you're leaving behind. Sometimes you leave because you have outgrown it. Like a young bird whose wings have grown wide. The once comfortable nest suddenly feels too small. Staying means holding yourself back. Leaving means soaring higher. Have you ever left something, not because it was bad, but because you had changed and no longer fit there? I have met many people, Aries and non-Aries alike, who said they longed for change. But when the opportunity came, they found every reason to stay. It's not the right time, I'm not ready. What if I fail? But you and Aries carry the flame of the pioneer. You were not born to wait for safety before stepping out. You were born to step out and create safety along the way. That is the difference. When I look back at the important moments in my life, I realize that the bold steps, the times I left my familiar surroundings, were always when I grew the fastest. And I believe this is true for you. Some may say, anyone can leave. But the truth is, very few do, because to leave, you must overcome not only the pull from outside, but also the fears inside. If you agree that courage is not the absence of fear, but knowing fear and still moving forward, leave a heart so I know you are here with the Aries energy. And Aries does not leave just for themselves. In many cases, you leave so others can see that it is possible. You are the path opener, the first to cut through the forest, to make a way for other footsteps. You may not realize it, but every journey you begin leaves an invisible legacy. A colleague sees you dare to leave your job to follow your passion. A friend sees you dare to leave the big city, to live in a place where your heart smiles. A family member sees you dare to end an unhealthy relationship, to find peace. You become living proof of a truth. Sometimes the safest road is the one you have never stepped on before. Has someone ever inspired you to leave? Share your story below. Every time Aries enters a major departure cycle, the sky often mirrors it clearly. Mars moves into the 9th house, the house of travel, exploration, and expanding horizons. You feel the urge to explore both the outer world and your inner world. Jupiter forms a harmonious aspect with the Sun, opportunity for growth, expansion, and meeting new people full of positive energy. Pluto activates the 4th or 10th house, signaling powerful changes in your foundation or career path. These movements are not random. They are like deep currents beneath the sea, pushing your boat into open waters, even if you have not yet prepared everything. I understand you may be hearing these words with your heart standing at a crossroads. A part of you wants to stay because staying feels safe, familiar, and less painful. But another part is whispering, it's time. Perhaps you are remembering the last time you said goodbye to a person, a place, or a chapter of your life. And you know what? If that moment had never happened, you would not be the person you are today. Let this truth carry you. Every departure carries a gift. You just need to step out to see it. If these words are bringing to mind a specific situation in your life, write below, I am ready to receive the gift from my new journey. Writing that is not just admitting to the change, it is your way of telling the universe you have opened the door. And don't look away, because in the next part, I will show you the subtle but powerful signs the universe is sending to Aries to push you forward. These are the signals that, if missed, could cost you the most precious opportunity in many years to come. Aries, sometimes we think we are the ones who choose the moment to leave. But the truth is, there are moments when the universe chooses for us. And when that happens, everything familiar begins to shake gently on the surface, but deep inside is an unstoppable undercurrent. In astrology, moments like this are often marked by eclipses on the Aries-Libra axis. They are not just astronomical events, they are the sky's message. It's time to change your position, your role, or your way of life. A solar eclipse opens a new door, a journey you have never walked before. A lunar eclipse closes chapters that are complete, even if your heart is not ready. I have seen this many times in my own life, and in the lives of the Aries I have known. None of us are ever truly ready enough for that moment. But when it comes, you realize, every familiar door that closes is not there to judge you, but to invite you into a wider space. I used to think losing a job, a relationship, or a familiar place was failure. But then I realized it was simply the universe clearing the path. Because if I had not been forced to move, perhaps I would still be sitting in that old room, looking out the same window, never knowing that beyond it was an entire sky waiting for me. Aries. It's the same for you. You are a pioneer, but sometimes even you need a push to remember that you were not born to stand still. Are you feeling a shift in your life right now? Write it down, because sometimes acknowledging it is the first step to seeing the way forward. I believe that God, or whatever name you give the one who guides you, sometimes removes you from the familiar not to punish you, but to place you exactly where he has long prepared for you. Like a seed. If it stays forever in the warm cloth bag, it will never become a tree. It must be placed in the soil, go through darkness, endure wind and rain, to finally rise into the light. Aries, you are no ordinary seed. The fire within you needs a new space to blaze. And sometimes that space only appears when you dare to step out of your comfort zone. I know stepping out of the comfort zone is never easy. You will have to leave behind familiar faces, streets you know down to every brick, habits woven into your breath. But try closing your eyes and imagine, ahead of you, maybe just weeks or months from now, you will be standing in a place you never dared to dream of today. That feeling, part fear, part sparkle. And it is that very sparkle that tells you, the universe is leading the way. If you are in the middle of a major shift right now, right below, I trust the direction the universe is opening for me. Because each time you declare it, you are agreeing with the plan God and the heavens have already set for you. I will walk with you as we recognize the clearest signs that the time to leave has come, so you can not only feel it in your heart, but also see it with your reason. Aries, everyone knows you are strong. You step into challenges without fear, facing hardship like a warrior accustomed to the smoke of battle. But there is something few see deep in your heart, is still the warmth and sensitivity of someone who loves with their whole soul. And because you love so deeply, every goodbye, whether to a person, a place, or a chapter in life, you feel it not only in your mind, but in the deepest part of your heart. In astrology, when the moon, the ruler of emotions, moves through water signs like Cancer or Pisces, the feeling of farewell becomes even more intense. That is when memories, moments from the past, rush back like waves endlessly hitting the shore. You may find yourself missing a glance, a street, a sunny morning, and suddenly realize that leaving is not just closing a door, but saying goodbye to a part of yourself in the past. I believe sadness is normal. It is not a sign of weakness. On the contrary, it is proof that you have lived fully with what you once had. Only hearts that have loved and been attached can feel the sadness of farewell. But Aries, do not let that sadness become the rope that holds you back. Because God never leads you away from a place only to abandon you in emptiness. He leads you because he knows ahead is a destination filled with more light. I remember an Aries once told me, "I'm not afraid to go far, I'm just afraid of leaving too much love behind." And I understand that feeling. When you look into someone's eyes for the last time, or close a familiar door your hand has opened 1,000 times, you are leaving behind a piece of memory. But you know, beautiful memories do not vanish. They become part of your strength, a source of warmth you can carry to light even your loneliest days. What are you preparing to say goodbye to? Write it here, because sometimes sharing is how we lighten the heart. If these words make you remember an important farewell in your life, write below, "I cherish the past, but I am ready to step forward." Because when you say that, you are choosing to let memories become your strength, not your chains. Now we will look straight at the clearest faded signs that the time for Aries to go has arrived, so you can not only feel it with your heart, but also recognize it with your mind. Aries, sometimes change does not strike like a fierce storm, but slips in like the early morning breeze, gently shaking the leaves on the branch, letting you feel a new season has begun. In astrology, there are moments when the sky seems to be whispering to you. Mars, your ruling planet, enters the 9th house, the house of journeys, of the desire to expand knowledge and experience. When that happens, the fire inside you burns brighter, urging you to step out, to explore new lands both literally and metaphorically. Jupiter forms a harmonious aspect with the sun, like the hand of the universe opening a door of opportunity, inviting you to walk through. This is not just luck, but confirmation that this moment has been long prepared. Perhaps you have already felt it. The things that once excited you no longer make your heart race. The familiar conversations suddenly feel repetitive. And every morning you wake up feeling you are living a day identical to yesterday. Aries, that is not you losing passion. It is the sign that you have grown beyond your current frame. Like a pair of shoes that once fit perfectly but now feels tight, and every step becomes uncomfortable. I believe that when the soul keeps whispering, "I no longer belong here," that is the calling of a new journey. Do not wait until you feel 100% ready before you take the first step. The perfect moment will never come. If you wait until everything is flawless, you will remain at the starting line, watching opportunities drift away like ships leaving the harbor. God does not wait for you to be ready before he calls you. He calls you, and it is the journey itself that will prepare you. I remember the first time I left a place I had been attached to for many years. I didn't know where I was going. I had no perfect plan. I only knew one thing: staying would mean losing myself. And though tears fell as I closed the old door, my heart knew I had done the right thing. Perhaps you too are in that moment, Aries, when you feel both fear and excitement, when your heart beats faster because you sense so clearly, "My time has come." Do you notice the universe sending you signals? Share them, because sometimes your words can be the light for someone who is still hesitating. If you are seeing these signs in your own life, write down below, "I believe and I will step through the door the universe has opened for me." When you say this, you are affirming to the heavens that you are ready for the journey that has been prepared for you. Next, I will show you the higher purpose of this journey for an Aries, so that you understand leaving is not just about changing places, but about stepping into the role God has entrusted to you. Aries, you are not just someone who packs a bag and goes. You are the pioneer, the one who dares to step onto a path no one has walked before, the one who dares to cut a way through forests untouched by human feet. Every journey you take, whether near or far, whether in the physical world or the inner world of the soul, bears a special mark. You do not walk only for yourself, you walk for those who will follow after you. When the 11th house in your birth chart is activated, it is a sign that you will find or be led to a new community. There, you are no longer just the seeker. You become the source of inspiration, the one who leads through experience and heart. It could be a team of colleagues where you bring fresh vision. It could be a circle of friends you never knew existed. Or perhaps, it is the gathering of kindred souls who have been waiting for you at the end of this road for a very long time. The 11th house is also the house of hopes, dreams, and shared goals. When it is lit up, It means your journey will connect you with people who share the same vision. And together, you can create an impact greater than any one person could alone. There are journeys that seem as though you are merely leaving a place, but in truth, you are opening a road for others. When you dare to start again, you show others they can too. When you choose to live true to your dream, you give someone else the courage to listen to theirs. I believe God never places an Aries in the role of pioneer, only so you can enjoy the victory for yourself. He places you there so you can pull along the ones behind you, those who are still afraid, but will draw strength when they see you move forward. Imagine, years from now, someone comes to you and says, "If you hadn't taken that step back then, I might still be stuck where I was. Seeing you gave me the faith that I could too." You will realize every hardship, every drop of sweat, every lonely night on the road was worth it. Who is the person you hope to meet on your next journey? Write it down, because perhaps they are also hoping to meet you. If you feel this journey is not just for you, write in the comments, "I am ready to meet those who are waiting for me ahead." Say it as a declaration to the universe so he can guide you to the right place, to the right people. We will now step into one of the most magical moments of this journey. The meeting with the destined souls the universe has prepared for Aries. These could be the very ones who completely change the course of your life. On every journey, there are encounters that are not in the plan, yet they change everything. It might be a passing glance, a sudden sentence, or a moment that feels like chance. But later you realize it was the turning point of your whole life. In astrology, when Venus, the planet of love, relationships, and harmony, travels alongside Jupiter, the planet of luck, expansion, and blessings, the sky feels as though it opens an invisible door. It is a time when the chances of meeting people of destiny multiply. They could be a guide, a partner, a soul friend, or even someone who appears only for a short season, but leaves a permanent mark. I believe there is no such thing as a random meeting. Every person you meet is a link in the chain leading you toward a greater purpose you cannot yet fully see. Some links will connect instantly and pull you forward. Others may seem unrelated at first, but one day you will understand why they appeared. Looking back on my own life, I see that the most important turning points all began with a person. A mentor who opened a door of opportunity. A friend who believed in me when I doubted myself. A stranger on a train who spoke a sentence that made me choose a different road. Aries, sometimes angels have no wings, and they do not appear in blazing light. They may be sitting right beside you in a cafe, or walk into the same room by chance. They show up exactly when you need them, and they leave when their part is done. God often sends such angels into our lives to offer advice, to open a door, or simply to give us the faith to keep going. And perhaps you have already been that angel in someone else's story without even knowing it. Maybe right now you are remembering such a person, someone who changed the direction of your life, someone you still keep in touch with, or someone you have not seen in years. But just thinking of them, you know you have been transformed in a better way because of them. And if you are already on this journey of leaving, open your heart, because maybe just one more step, you will meet the person the universe has prepared for you for a very long time. The one who will take your hand and say, "Come on, I will walk with you." Who is the person who changed the direction of your life? Share that story, because who knows, it may become a ray of hope for someone who needs it. If you believe there is a destined meeting waiting ahead, write in the comments, "I open my heart to receive the people the universe sends." When you say this, you are agreeing for the important links to appear at the right time. And in the next part, we will go deeper into another miraculous chapter. How those meetings awaken the talents sleeping inside you, Aries. This is the moment when this journey will hold a meaning greater than anything you have ever imagined. Every journey of leaving is not only to find a new place, but also to find a new version of yourself. A version that even you, before this, could never have pictured. Maybe you cannot see it clearly right now, but trust me, at the end of this road, there will be a moment when you realize, I have changed, and I carry within me a new ability, a new light. In astrology, when the 5th house, the house of creativity, joy, and self-expression, and the 9th house, the house of spiritual journey, wisdom, and expansion, are activated together, that is the time when you begin to discover the most new and vibrant potentials within you. The 5th house gives you the ability to create something unique, born from the heart. It could be a creative idea, an artistic project, or simply the way you inspire others. The 9th house opens doors to higher wisdom, broadens your worldview, and helps you connect with knowledge and experiences far beyond your old limits. When these two energies meet, a switch will flip inside you. And suddenly, you see the world through different eyes. You hear the call of abilities that have been asleep. I have always believed that every new environment is a key to open a door inside you. There are doors you cannot open if you stay in the same place with the same habits and the same old boundaries. I once thought I knew my abilities well until I had to move to a strange city and start over from scratch. It was there, among new people and new challenges, that I discovered I had the ability to communicate and connect on a deeper level than I had ever imagined. If I had never left, perhaps that ability would have remained hidden under the comfort of the familiar. Aries, you are the same. Every new land you step into will activate a new part of who you are. And sometimes, the greatest gift you receive is not the destination, but the person you become. God never gives his most precious gift while you are sitting still in your comfort zone. He places you in challenges because it is the pressure and the friction that polish the pearl inside you so it can shine like a grain of sand in an oyster. Without the rubbing, it will never become a pearl. You Aries are that pearl. Maybe your challenge is to start again from zero or to step into a completely unfamiliar field. At first, you will feel lost, but little by little, you will discover skills, strength, and light you never knew you had. I want you to imagine. One morning, you wake up in a new place, doing a new job, or starting a new journey. In that moment, you realize you are doing well at something you once thought was impossible. You smile not because you have reached the end of the road, but because you know you have opened a part of yourself that no one, not even your past self, ever believed was real. And when you look back, you will whisper, "So this is why I had to go." Aries, to receive this gift, you need one thing: an open heart. Do not close yourself off out of fear of failure or of being hurt. Every experience, whether good or bad, shapes your talent. It could be a creative talent, a gift for leadership, the ability to heal, or some other unique skill. What matters is not knowing exactly what it is from the start, but walking forward with the faith that it will reveal itself at the right time. What talent do you hope will be awakened? Write it down so you can begin to attract the opportunities that will bring it to life. If you feel your journey is opening new abilities within you, leave a comment. I am ready to receive the talent that God and the universe have prepared for me. Writing this is not just an affirmation, it is an act of activation, sending a signal to the heavens that you are ready to receive the gift. We will now step into a crucial stretch of challenge, overcoming the obstacles on the road. This is the test to make sure that when the gift arrives, you are strong enough to keep it. And use it well, Aries. There will come a time when you are walking forward with excitement, and suddenly the road becomes rough and dark clouds begin to gather. That is when the challenge appears. In astrology, this moment is often marked by a square between Saturn and Mars. Saturn, the planet of discipline, responsibility, and the lessons of maturity. Mars, your ruling planet, the symbol of energy, action, and the drive to break through. When these two energies form a square, it is like a strong barrier standing in your way, not to stop you, but to force you to strengthen your inner power before going further. I once thought that obstacles were the universe's way of punishing me. But the further I walked, the more I realized challenges do not come to break you, but to lift you to a new level. Think of an archer before shooting the arrow farther. They must pull the bowstring tight. That feeling, the tension, the pressure, is exactly what allows the arrow to fly further. Life is the same. Every challenge is a moment the universe pulls you back, so that when it lets go, you soar farther than ever before. Aries, you don't know how strong you are until strength is the only choice you have. And every time you rise after a fall, you're not just moving forward on the journey, you're moving closer to the best version of yourself. You may not realize it, but your scars are proof that you have won, not by avoiding the storm, but by facing it and walking through it. I know there are nights when you lie still in the dark, wondering if you can go on. There are days when you feel so tired you just want to give up. But in those very moments, a small voice inside still whispers, "Keep going, just one more step." And when you listen to that voice, even for just one step, you have already won. Because victory is not always about breaking records, sometimes it's simply about not quitting. What is the hardest thing you have ever overcome? Share it, because your story could be the torch for someone walking through their own darkness. If you believe that every challenge is shaping you to become stronger, write in the comments, "I know I will overcome and step into the best version of myself." When you say this, you are affirming to yourself and to the sky that you are not afraid of the road ahead. And in the next part, we will go deeper into the message from the universe and the truth of faith. Because sometimes what carries you through the challenge is not only your own strength, but the belief that you never walk alone. Aries, I want you to remember something important. God will never lead you to a place where he cannot protect you. The road ahead may seem unfamiliar and full of trials. You may not know who will greet you at your destination or what is waiting there. But if he has placed you on this path, then every step you take is already in his hands. In astrology, sometimes the alignment between the day you move and celestial events is a clear confirmation. Perhaps that day coincides with a new moon, a symbol of beginnings and fresh opportunities. Or Jupiter stands in a harmonious angle to the sun, bringing blessings and expansion. You might even notice a repeating number on a clock, a sign on the road, or a train ticket like a quiet whisper. Yes, this is your time. These signs are not random. They are like little lights along the road, reminding you that the universe is walking with you. I have been lost before. There were times I didn't know whether to turn left or right, and every choice frightened me. But faith led me in the right direction, not because I saw the entire road, but because I trusted that no matter how it twisted and turned, God would be there waiting for me at the end. Aries, faith is your compass. Faith will not show you every detail of the map, but it will always keep the arrow pointing toward the light, and that light is where you belong. Perhaps right now, you are in a stage where everything around you feels unclear. But remember, how many times before did you think you wouldn't make it, and yet here you are, hearing these words stronger than ever? I believe that is not just personal strength. It is because you never walked alone. There has been an invisible hand lifting you up, leading you to the next chapter, even when you thought you couldn't go on. Have you ever noticed a coincidence that led you to success? Share it so others can see that the universe always sends signals. If you believe you are being guided, write in the comments, "I trust the journey that God and the universe have written for me." When you write this, you are agreeing to let faith be the compass that leads you through every trial. We will close this journey with a powerful message. This trip is not the end, it is the beginning of a new, radiant chapter, where you live fully in your destiny, Aries. Aries, thank you for walking with me to this very moment. I know your time is precious, and the fact that you've spent it listening to this story means that we have connected through an invisible thread, the thread of faith, of hope, and of strength. Remember, this journey is not a full stop, it is an open door to a brighter chapter. Every step you take forward is a declaration to the universe. I am ready to live fully in my destiny. If this message has touched your heart, leave a comment right now. I am ready to step into the new chapter of my life. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with another Aries so that together, we spread this energy of hope, and so that each person can find the path God has written for them. Imagine a few months from now, you look back on today and smile. That was the day I began writing the greatest story of my life. Aries, I believe you will go farther than you have ever dreamed.